I'm a former cast member, and today I'm revealing all of my secrets about Pandora, the world of Avatar. Sivako. Now, I'm sure you've heard of some of my secrets that I'm about to share, but I promise you, you do not know every single secret I'm about to reveal in this video. Also, first off, we need to talk about this bucket hat. I think I'm becoming a bucket hat person. I mean, it fits with my name. But shout out to AllEars Style for hooking me up with this Avatar bucket hat. Now, our first secret or hidden detail actually starts before we even get into the land. So the land is that way. But our first secret, if you look over the bridge to the right, I'll try to zoom in. The sun's really bright right now. But if you look over there, you'll see actually a dragon's mouth. And this is a nod to the original idea for this area of the park, which is called Beastly Kingdom, a land that never came to be. If you want to learn more about it, you can check out our Parks That Never Happened video already up on the channel. So now we are entering Valley of Moara, the planet of Pandora. Now, this land takes place after the first Avatar film. And if you remember from the movies, RDA was the corporation in the film that was mining on Pandora, aka the bad guys. They are gone now, they have left. And Ace are the good guys from Earth, who are here now and formed an alliance with the Navi to help tourism for both Pandora and Earth. Now, of course, this land is absolutely beautiful. If you've been here before, you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. You've seen it in pictures and videos. This land is absolutely beautiful, very, very detailed. Now, there are some made-up plants from the world of Avatar, like these right here, or the blue one back there in the back. But did you know there are also over 250 real plant species in order to create the Submersive Land? There are so many plants just in this area alone, it's mind-boggling. And this land, of course, is beautiful in the day, but it's also very, very beautiful at night. Everything at night glows, it's bioluminescent, it is absolutely beautiful. So if you are here on your Animal Kingdom day, you come to Pandora in the morning, probably rope drop Flight of Passage or Navi River Journey, but you need to come back at nighttime once the ground begins to light up. This world really comes to life. It's absolutely beautiful. And just like with the plant species in this land, there are a bunch of different creatures, otherworldly creatures from Pandora that we've never seen before on Earth. And they're actually hidden throughout the land. Even some giant bugs. I'm not a fan of bugs, don't love them if they're from Earth or even Pandora, but they are pretty cool to look at because these bugs, I don't think are noticed by a lot of people. They're kind of hidden behind these aquatic creatures. See if you can see that one right there. There's another little guy over there. There's even one right here, right in the water. There are just so many details throughout this land. I feel like I find something new every time I come here, which I love. I also feel like there are a lot of details that people miss and just walk right past. There's quite a few of these woven structures that are hidden throughout the land that people just walk right past and they don't even look at and appreciate. So next time you're here in Pandora, look out for the woven sculptures. Now, like I said before, the RDA were the bad guys. Ace are the good guys. So wherever you find an RDA logo throughout the land, it will be old, rusted, and covered in moss. And wherever you find an Ace logo, the items will be new and shiny because Ace has recently moved in because this land takes place after the first Avatar film. I'll point more out as we go through the land, but you can even find old traces of the RDA still here, like this old helicopter. Now, this old helicopter and I don't get along because if you were here last summer when we did our scavenger hunt tournament, this helicopter almost made me lose my scavenger hunt here in Animal Kingdom against Bria from Disney Food Blog. I mean, I didn't almost lose because of this one item. We were fine, we were good, but I spent way too much time searching for this helicopter, and now I know exactly where it is and I will never forget. Now, there are so many real waterfalls in Pandora, but did you know there are also 2 fake waterfalls in this land? Both can be found in the back of the land in the Flight of Passage queue. There are actually 2 rotating wheels that look like waterfalls. There's no real water involved. This is another example of forced perspective. The water falls slower than real water to make it look farther away and bigger. There's even materials like mesh at the bottom to make it look like mist coming off the water. That's just another Disney Imagineering touch. And one of my favorite parts of this land actually happens over here by the drums. Before COVID, they actually had this show happening multiple times throughout the day, and they would come, drummers would come out, and it was like a little ceremony all about Pandora and drumming, and it was super cool, fun, and interactive. However, that hasn't really come back yet since the closure since the pandemic, but keep an eye out on AllEars.net. We will let you know the second it does. But actually over here, if you look closely at the benches over by the drums, you can see that there are some scratch marks on the benches to show that even though it's beautiful, Pandora can be a very dangerous place with the animals that live here. And now we're going to talk about the first ride here in Pandora, and that's Navi River Journey. This is a slow-moving boat ride that is very, very popular. We recommend booking this as your first lightning lane of your Animal Kingdom day. Fills up very, very quickly. But our first detail, like I brought up those woven sculptures earlier, is right over here in front of Navi River Journey. This right here is actually a woven sculpture of the Shaman of Song, which is the big, amazing, outstanding, crazy complex animatronic that you can see on the ride. Now in the movies, we know that the Navi avatars are very tall, can be up to 10 feet tall. And if you want to know what your footprint looks like compared to a Navi, come over to Navi River Journey. They're right outside, I'll show you. There's actually Navi footprints on the ground so you can compare your foot to. So right over here by the lightning lane entrance, you come right over here. If you ever want to compare your foot to a Navi, you can do so. Let's see. Barely halfway. And just like the woven statue of the Navi in front of Navi River Journey, there's actually a woven sculpture of a Banshee in front of Flight of Passage. How cool is that? And now we've made it to the second ride in Pandora, which is Flight of Passage. This is the most popular ride in Pandora, most popular ride in Animal Kingdom, of course. And there are quite a few secrets on this ride, in the queue line, even outside of the queue line, that I bet you don't know all of these. So before you even get into the queue of Flight of Passage, once you get close to the entrance, you can actually see sleeping stingbats on the back of the floating mountains. Sleeping stingbats are small flying creatures that have 4 eyes and live on Pandora. Fun fact about stingbats, they are a Banshee's favorite food, and they also sleep upside down just like bats on Earth. You can find sleeping stingbats in the background of the movie and in the background on the ride. So let's talk about the queue for Flight of Passage. First off, this is a long queue. There were very long lines when this ride first opened, but the queue is very detailed and it keeps you entertained during those long waits. Now you might know about the handprints at the end of the queue that belong to James Cameron, the director of Avatar, Joe Rohde, the lead Imagineer of Pandora, and John Lando, an Avatar producer. But did you know that there's actually another reference to James Cameron in the queue way before you ever get on the ride? You'll notice on the wall of one of the rooms in the queue, before you get to the bioluminescent forest, there's a logo for JC Shoring with the numbers 8, 16, 54. That stands for James Cameron, whose birthday is actually August 16th, 1954. And there's even more details when you get into the lab. Of course, the big Avatar animatronic in the tank is a huge eye catcher, but next time you're in line, keep your eyes peeled for the little details. There's many books on the shelf, some written by Jane Goodall, and even Dr. Jacqueline Ogden, who you meet in the ride's pre-show. Speaking of Dr. Jackie Ogden, did you know this character in the pre-show is actually inspired by a real person? The real Dr. Jackie Ogden worked at Disney for 19 years, where she served as Vice President of Animals, Science, and Environment for Walt Disney Parks and Resorts. During her years at Disney, Dr. Ogden helped Walt Disney Parks and Resorts to achieve national and international recognition for their work in animal care and welfare, conservation, education, science, and environmental sustainability. Wow, that is probably the coolest fun fact that I've ever found out. But going back to the books in the lab, the most hidden book is a book called Pandoran Botany, written by Grace Augustine, aka Sigourney Weaver's character in the first film. There's even a quote in the film that says, "She literally wrote the book on Pandoran Botany." Well, you can find it in the queue for Flight of Passage. Next, there are some great Easter eggs over at Satu'li Canteen, the quick service location. Inside by the registers, you can see framed pictures giving some backstory on how Pandora came to be. This is what the old mess hall looked like before the RDA left. There's even a picture of the breaking ground ceremony. Now in general, over on the right side of the land by Satu'li Canteen and Pongu Pongu is the area where the RDA humans lived, and that is why the only items from Earth are over there. Also a couple of Easter eggs over at Pongu Pongu, the snack stand. If you look up at all the RDA dog tags, you'll find a lot of the people that helped bring this land to life, specifically Joe Rohde again. And remember how I showed you a Navi footprint earlier? Well, on the side of Pongu Pongu, you can find a Navi handprint. And perhaps my favorite Easter egg of all, if you look into the snack stand to the back wall, you will find a small replica of the Death Star from Star Wars. That is all the secrets I have for you today. Which one was your favorite? I want to know. And are there any that you didn't know? Let me know in the comments below. What other lands would you like me to do videos on? Also let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and now go watch my video all about the secrets of the utilidors in Magic Kingdom. See you there.